week 8 of our 2022-2023 school year. Hello everyone. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Mariely Sanchez and I'm a 4th grade teacher in South Florida. As you can tell, I have lost my voice, not completely though. Last week I completely lost it. I couldn't talk at all and had to use a text-to-speech app like I mentioned at the end of last video. But I am coming to you on Tuesday, October 4th, 2022. Yesterday I did take a sick day and I left sub plans, which I'll show you in a moment. And wow, it's gonna be a short week since tomorrow is a teacher planning day. So I will have the students today. I came in this morning, it's still early, it's 10 minutes to 8. And as you can imagine, after coming back from a sub, the room is disheveled. So let me show you what I mean. Starting with our Turnitin center, all these papers are like a jumbled mess. So I'm gonna have to spend some time today organizing that. Another thing that I noticed is students took stickers from the reward chart without permission. So that's something I'm gonna have to address today. Not sure quite how I'm going to handle that. So we'll see. And over here, the computers are not that bad. I just fixed some chairs. But as you can see, desks are disheveled. There's water bottles. There's books on top of the desk. The desks are like curving this way. I don't understand. They need to be this way. And, you know, as I look around, I came back here to our calm corner, which we haven't really launched this year because of everything that's happening so far. And this broom, the stick is right here, was knocked down. This was disorganized. The fidget spinners case was open. Like, I can tell people had been back here. My scissors, I put them back here, but they were down here. So I don't know who was back here or what happened. But I'm sure you can imagine what happens after you come back from a sub. Everything is like sort of upside down. The sub did leave the activities on the board, sort of, and I need to change the calendar. It's still in September because when I left on Friday, I left early and I wasn't feeling well, so I wasn't even thinking about that. There's even this on this desk, which I am not quite sure what that is. It's glue. At least it looks like glue. I don't know at this point. I'm just gonna organize the classroom and figure out where things go, because that's a lot of books out. I don't understand why those books were not inside the desk. All right, yeah, we're gonna figure it out. I don't know if people were moving books around. I don't know. As you can see, I'm like confused. Anyway, I'll show you the sub plans for yesterday later on because I just want to get to this and to just get my day started in a nice, calm mood. And I also just noticed that my Promethean projector is on. It was left on. Okay, so anyway, I'll get back to you later. Okay, so I cleaned up all the mess. And even inside their desk as well, I also organized our round floor table here because it was disheveled. And I ended up removing all the reward stickers and we'll see how they can earn them back. But yeah, kind of disappointed in that. All right, it's almost time to pick up the students, so I'll catch up with you later. We have made it to the end of the day, and boy, it was a long, challenging day, especially with my morning group. I have a few students that need special attention when it comes to redirecting their behavior, and sometimes it makes it a little bit of a challenge to get through everything I need to get through, but we're working on it. It's just things that we need to set in place and reminders and things like that. But the rest of the day went, you know, as I planned, and we were able to finish a couple of different things that I need to catch up on since we're behind due to I-ready testing, hurricane days, and of course me not being able to speak on Friday. But overall, let me show you what we ended up doing today. So for my morning group, I went ahead and reviewed this little introduction booklet from Unit 1, Weeks 5 and 6. So we just reviewed these things that we had done before. We had done everything up to here, and we went ahead and read the shared read. And as we read, we went ahead and addressed each of these questions. So the shared read is over here on page 64, which is dollars and cents. So we went ahead and read that and completed this booklet. After that, I had the students play a vocabulary review game from Wonders on the board, and then it was time for lunch. For my afternoon class, we did the same thing. So I have their booklet right here, which is pretty much the same thing. And here it is right here. So again, we just reviewed that. And my afternoon group, which is my block 1, I have them in the afternoon on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They had already answered these questions on their own. So it's just a matter of just reviewing what was asked and how we can use the text to answer those questions. Then I went ahead and gave them back their central idea graphic organizer from last week that I had them complete on their own, and we reviewed each step at a time. And when it came time to write the summary, I made sure that as I was writing each relevant detail after my central idea, I used some transitional words to help me connect all of these sentences together so that I have a nice cohesive paragraph. Then we looked at the prompt that we're currently working on, and I went over APT 123, which is finding the audience, purpose, and task, which is over here as well. And we circled the type of essay keyword, we underlined the topic. We asked a question about flood zones to get us ready to read source 1, which we went ahead and read. And I started writing some notes on the board to help them know the steps that I take when I write an essay. So I started having it on the board. So the first thing was to analyze the prompt, which we did. The second step was to read the sources twice. So today we read it only once to understand the text. And then when we return on Thursday, we'll read it again to make annotations. I also gave the students this passage along with source 2 for homework so they can read it and answer the questions on the margin, so that when we come back on Thursday, they'll have an idea on what these sources talk about so that we can dive into source 3 and start gathering evidence. So this is source 1, and these are the questions on the margin that I want them to complete for homework so that they have a better understanding of those sources and the information found within them. So that's all I have for today, Tuesday. Tomorrow is a teacher planning day, so I'll give you an update on how I'm doing and how I structure my day. In the morning, I do have a parent conference with my co-teacher at 9. So after that, the rest of the day is for me to do as I need. And then at 2 o'clock, I'll be leaving because I do have a doctor's appointment at 3. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. A little sniffly this morning, but I just came into school. I got to the area like around 7:24, but I wanted to get some lunch, so I stopped by the local supermarket near us, which is Publix. And today, Wednesday, is $5 Sushi Wednesday, so I got 2 sets of sushi for lunch. I also got some things so that I can put in my mini fridge so I can have options for breakfast. And I felt like also having some snacks, like if I feel like a charcuterie kind of snackish day, I can have some already ready to go. So I'll show you this little mini grocery haul right now. And just waiting for my 9 a.m. parent conference. Right now is like 8:05. It did take me a little while in the supermarket because I was like, oh, maybe I should get this. Does that happen to you? I'm sure it does. So this is what I got, and I got a new shopping bag because they have seasonal bags coming out, and this one happened to catch my eye. It's a Halloween Mickey bag. So it's super cute. All right, so let me show you what I have here because I do have to take things out and put them away. So I have these little Nan Crisp crackers that I've had before. They're so good. So when I'm having a charcuterie, I can have this. I was also in the mood for an apple this morning, so I got this nice big Fiji apple. Wow, this is like so yummy. I'm gonna wash it and cut it up in slices. They finally brought back my favorite red grapefruit snack cups. So I got 2 of them to keep in my mini fridge. I also saw this Purely Elizabeth oatmeal, and I love Purely Elizabeth. I get their granola, which I just got another bag so I can keep in the classroom. So this is very easy to make. So I'm like, well, maybe some mornings I'm feeling like oatmeal. So I got the vanilla pecan, or pecan, however you say that. And over here, I got the granola, which is the coconut cashew. So, and this is grain-free. So an idea to put in my yogurt, which I got 3 different kinds of flavors. So I got the strawberry yogurt, the vanilla yogurt, and the peach yogurt. So Yum, yum. Then I got some little snack cheeses from Belgioso that were on sale for $3.99, so that was really cool. So I got the Fontina cheese, and I also got the Parmesan cheese, or Parmesan. And then for like a deli kind of meat, I love these boar's head turkey pepperonis. Like, this is so good to snack on. And like on Weight Watchers, 16 of these is only 3 points, I think. So that's really good. And for like something pickly, I got this hot okra, which I love pickled okra, so I can have it in my fridge. And I like to have this in the little freezer part of my mini fridge for days that I don't have a lunch. I just cook this in the microwave right in the bag, and I pour over some creamy vodka sauce that I have in my mini fridge and just eat it because it's so yummy. So this is one of the sushis that I got today. So this is a crunchy California roll. Yummy, only $5. Love $5 sushi Wednesdays. And I got the spicy tuna that I wanted to try. I usually don't do tuna. I prefer the salmon. But I'm like, well, let's give the spicy tuna a chance and see how it goes. So that is my mini grocery haul for my classroom. It will just allow me to continue working as I eat and munch here and there so that I am most productive, because sometimes I start working and I forget to eat. And I'm like, oh, like I haven't eaten in 5 hours. I wonder why I'm so hungry. But anyway, I'm gonna put these things away, get ready for my morning, and I'll catch up with you later. Hello again, everyone. So I'm coming back to you to give you an update. So our parent conference was actually canceled this morning. The parent couldn't make it. So I've just been busy planning away. I actually planned for the next 2 weeks. So I'm all planned for next week and for the following week. And so I already have an idea of what I'm going to be teaching and some of the graphic organizers and activities that I need to create. So hopefully tomorrow or Friday during my planning time, I can work on creating some of those things that I need for next week's lessons, as well as some graphic organizers for homework. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I also got an Amazon package. I'm trying to do an idea. Don't know if it's going to work. Just a trial and error kind of thing. But just to encourage the students to make better choices, I'm going to do this with one of my groups that I feel will benefit most from it. So it's basically my go, pause, and stop signs. And I do sell these in my TPT store in color and I think in black and white. I'm not sure. But you print them on cardstock or regular paper and then laminate them, cut them out, and I have a set enough for like a whole class. But I wanted to find a way to keep them on the desk a little better. So in my Amazon package for today, I got these self-adhesive like labels with pockets. So the sticky is on the back. They have a little scoopy scoop so you can just put things in there. So it'll go like this. I'm trying to get one of these out. So every student will start with a go sign at the start of class. And if they're not making good choices, then they will get a pause sign put in there so they can think and make better choices. And then if they continue to not make great choices, then they'll get a stop sign. Now, they can go back to a go sign if they correct their behavior, even when they're in, especially when they're in yellow, in the pause. If they get to a stop sign, they do need to fill out a behavior reflection sheet that I'll show you tomorrow. And that way I can keep track of behavior. Students that keep their go sign the whole day will get dojo points for keeping their go sign the whole entire class period, not the whole entire day. So I got these. There were 30 in a pack. I think it was like almost $10. And I wanted to get it today. So in order to do that, I had to buy a couple other things. So I bought this pencil sharpener. It was like $15. And they had these gel ink joy pens. All of these for $9.99. I thought that was a good deal, so I went ahead and bought them. So I did decide to get this little pencil sharpener just in case I don't have time to sharpen the students' pencils. So I have my own sharpener by my desk because I feel like they last longer when I'm the one sharpening, but sometimes I don't have time. So I placed this little sharpener here right by where they turn in their work. So it's ready to go. Down here, I am going to get some bins. And one of them is going to have sharpened pencils. One of them is going to have pencils that need sharpening. And the third bin is going to have like erasers that students may use. So I'm going to put some of those organizers there, just have to get them. So that is my little Amazon haul for today. Wow, today has been a day of mini hauls. So you had a grocery haul with me this morning and now a mini Amazon haul. Let me show you my plans. So I got the reading passage for my students next week for homework. So this is for the advanced group. This is for my ELL students, and their questions are on the third page. And these are for my on grade level students with their questions on the back. So with this one, they will also have a theme graphic organizer that I will put together and staple it so that students have it ready to go for homework. And these are my lesson plans for next week. So we're working with informational text, but the paired text is a fable. So we're going to be talking about that. And these are all my lesson plans for language arts reading, language arts writing, and their homework. Oh, I actually need to fix that because, no, actually that's correct. Sorry. How animals survive. Yeah, I forgot that. So that is there. And then these are the ones for the following week where we're going to be working with drama or plays. So that is what we're going to be doing for reading. For writing, we're working with expository essays, and that will be their homework for that particular week. This is the last week of the first grading period. So that is what I've done today. I also updated my little Google Keep for this week, and I have my lesson plans there. And I have the one for next week. I already created it so that it's ready to go with all the lessons that will be for each day next week. So that's basically all that I have to share with you for today, Wednesday, my teacher planning day. I'm going to start gathering my things so I can go to my doctor's appointment. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, everyone. It is now the end of the day on Thursday. So I just wanted to give you an update on how our day went and the different activities that we were able to complete. So with both classes, we were looking back at the anchor text, kids and business, and then the students were making sure that they completed the reading notes tree map that I had left for them so that they wrote down what was the business that each kid in the passage started and how it helped others. So pretty much we got through most of that in my morning group, along with just doing a couple of different things. I introduced a new way of tracking their behavior. And then with my afternoon group, we went a little bit further because we were able to read the paired text and compare it to the anchor text and then go ahead and give them the selection test. So I just got to do a little bit of catching up with my block 2, which I'll have tomorrow in the afternoon where I have a little bit more time with them. So that'll be great. But my morning group tomorrow, when they come in, we'll do a little bit of catch up on pickles. And then after that, they're going to have to take their reading test on the computers. So this is what we did. This was our anchor text, and this is the tree map that I had created. And I kind of modeled for the students so that they can do the rest on their own. So basically going ahead and making sure that they wrote down the business that Haley Scott started and how it helped others. Same thing with Joshua Williams. And then they did it on their own for Anna Azevedo and Cecilia Cassini, which were on the next page. I actually just remembered something else that we did with my block 2 that I had this morning. That group hadn't actually done this part, which my block 1 had already done. So we went back to the shared read, which was dollars and cents, and we completed this main idea organizer, making sure that they understood how to find the central idea, locate the relevant details that explained or supported that, and then use that to write the summary, which is what I did with my other class, my block 1, on Tuesday. Now, my block 1 that I had this afternoon did the same thing. So they finished their notes on this. We read the shared read, which was on the very next page, which had a text structure of sequence. So the students were able to immediately see that. And we compared it to the previous text. And then they were able to go ahead and complete their little selection test, which had 8 questions on the vocabulary words and 5 questions on kids in business. So that's what we were able to do. And before they actually took this, I did review the vocabulary words with them. So I just popped up my slides and I went ahead and I reviewed it. They had already been introduced to these 2 weeks ago. So they had the word compassionate, followed by enterprise. Then we had exceptional, funds, innovative, process, routine, and undertaking. So that was our instructional lessons for today. And during my planning time, we had a collaborative planning meeting. That was very informational. We were able to have some good discussions about our current data and what we plan on doing in the next 2 weeks. So that was really beneficial. It was with the principal, the assistant principal, the reading coach, the ESC chairperson, and the rest of our ELA team for 4th grade, which is myself and 2 other teachers. All right, so that is it for today. I am very tired. I need to go home and rest. I'm still recovering from all of this, but I will see you tomorrow. Hello, everyone. We have made it to the end of the day on Friday for week 8. And we had a really good testing day today. So I mentioned that yesterday. So my homeroom, which is my block 1, I had them this morning. And as soon as they came in, they got their laptops and they worked on their test. I wanted to do something else during that time, but some of my students actually needed the entire reading block in order to be able to complete their test. So everyone finished with their tests for my block 1. For my block 2, I had to catch them up with my block 1. So I ended up making sure that they finished their notes for kids in business. And then we read the paired selection on starting a successful business so that they can look at the text structure and compare it to the anchor text to see how both texts were similar or different and different. And then after that, they completed their selection test just like my block 1 did yesterday. After they did their selection test, they got their laptops and they were working on their assessment for this particular unit. I do have 10 students from that class that haven't completely finished. Some of them are pretty much done. They have maybe 1 or 2 questions to answer, but I have some that are still like in the middle of the test. So they will work on finishing that sometime next week. So I wanted to also mention, because I didn't do it yesterday, but I was able to put the little clear pockets that I had shown you on Wednesday on all of the students' desks, and I started implementing my go, pause, and stop signs. And it's been pretty well. It's actually working to remind the students to make better choices and make sure that they think about what they're doing and take into consideration how that is affecting not just their learning for themselves, but the learning environment for everyone else. So basically, it's been pretty good for the past 2 days. Let me show you how they look. So this is how the pockets look here on top of the desk. I'll make sure to link them in the description box below if you're interested. And this is how they look. As soon as the students come in, they all start with the green go sign. At any time during the class period, if they're not making great choices, then I can swap out their go sign for a pause sign. And it'll be there to remind them to think about what they're doing and make better choices. Which, of course, if they start making better choices and they're pretty good at it, they can go back to their green go sign. Now, if they have the pause sign on their little pockets here and they're still not making great choices, then this gets swapped out for their stop sign, which tells them you need to stop what you're doing and make a better choice. I haven't implemented the behavior reflection sheet yet, but when they get this, they'll get a behavior reflection sheet so they can think about their behavior, and I'll look at it and they can take it home to show their parents, or I can just contact the parents. But if the students do end the day with their green go sign, they get dojo points for their behavior. So let's see how it continues as the year progresses. Again, I saw really good improvement in overall behavior, and also the students know how they are doing in class and they can think about their choices. All right, so that is all that I have for this week. I just finished making sure I did all the handouts for next week's lessons, which I'll just show you real quick. You are now getting exclusive previews for next week's vlog, but this is the homework passage. So I have 3 different versions of this passage because I have to differentiate my homework since I have a gifted group and I have another group that has students that are on grade level and students that are learning English, so my ELL students. So along with reading that passage and answering the questions, I am also including this comprehension frame that I created. This one happens to go over the skills and standards that we're going over next week. So text features, context clues, author's craft, relevant details, central idea, and summarize. I am also using a similar one for our shared read, which is animal adaptations, with the same skills. And then once we get ready for our anchor text, which is on spiders, I have another tree map. This time the students are going to be taking notes on how spiders survive based on their body, their diet, their senses, and their silk. So the text pretty much gives them information and they can fill this out based on what they learn. Then I'm going to use the spider template and have them write a summary on an index card, decorate their spider, add the legs around the body, and basically it'll look something like this. So this is the one that I created. Basically it is a spider body and I just colored it. I cut it out. I then pasted the summary and then I added the legs. This time I just added the legs on the back with tape. So I'm either going to have the students do it with tape or they can do it with a glue stick. Either way, this is going to come out really cute. I thought this would be a really great way to decorate our bulletin boards with new work. And also, since we're now in October and it's spooky season, spiders are part of that spooky part. So it'll be nice to just have that theme around the room. All right, so that is all that I have to share with you for this week, week 8. Next week will be week 9. We're going to soon be wrapping up the first grading period. I can't believe it. We have 2 weeks left in this grading period, and then we start on the second grading period. If you enjoyed coming along with me for this week, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought or any questions you may have. If you made it to the end, add a spider emoji to your comment. That'll be really fun. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile.
Hello dreamers, wishers, and magical thinkers. Thank you so much for making it to the very end of this video and for showing your support. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on my picture down here. You can also check out my latest videos here and here. Don't forget to believe in the magic that's inside you because you are capable of great things. See you next time.